All right, guys, welcome back to episode 2 of the After Service podcast. So, let's start off with this story I saw online. It was this so long story short, this Italian mobster fled from Italy, and I believe, let's say it says suspected Italian mob member found hiding in plain sight as a pizza chef. I thought, I mean, he must have been doing pretty well if that's how they caught him, because his restaurant was just getting so much fucking attention. And I mean, the guy liked it as well. So, but Edgardo Greco had been living as Paolo Demetrio for more than a decade. The guy's still
16 years, I guess.
16 years in hiding.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. I mean, I wonder if he learned, if that was like his first choice. I'm guessing he used like his getaway money.
It's like it was his dream job. He's like, if I'm not going to be in the mob, I'm going to own a pizza place.
He has probably a picture of like Mario Batali on his wall. It's like, finally, I have enough money. Yes. I open a pizza shop in the best country in the world. Friend.
I guess his food was good too.
I saw over here like they have reviews for it. And I mean, it gets really it's called Cafe Rossini.
Yeah. Cafe Rossini Restaurante.
It got a 3.5 on food, which I think is always a good score out of 5. 3 to 3.5. Yeah, that's fine. Service 4 stars. Value 4. Atmosphere. I mean, it just sounds like a place that would fit in right in like downtown Santa Rosa, to be quite honest with you.
And it says it's been open since 1993, so that dude was kicking.
So maybe he bought into it. But I mean, he's
true.
just a chef. He could just very well just be the employee.
Yeah,
he could just be the employee, and maybe he had a, you can fake it. You can fake the resume being a cook. It's not that hard.
I mean, honestly, anybody can be a cook, right?
Yeah, no. You go with 0 experience. They'll teach you how to do everything.
Shit, when he's in prison, he'll probably still be a cook. So
yeah, exactly. He'll be making spreads and taking care of like holiday Christmas
tamales,
meal.
ramen tamales.
Yeah, he's gonna be knocking on everyone's cells like, hey, you want to put in for a New Year's spread? Or it's gonna be big. Right. I'm gonna make one giant tamale. It's gonna be really good. Or a big calzone. There you go. One fat calzone.
A prison calzone.
The fucking prison sausage.
I've seen prison pizzas, but never a prison calzone.
See, now that sounds delicious. That sounds like good eating. But that's wild. It reminded me of like the end of Goodfellas, where he just becomes like a nothing, and he's eating his spaghetti with ketchup.
Yeah.
But I mean, I kind of wish I could have tried his pizzas. I mean, he killed like 2 people? I'm sure he killed a bunch more.
That's what I was thinking, honestly. I mean, 2 that they know of who were his other mobsters in Italy. And you gotta think that he's killed plenty more people than that, right?
Minimum.
Yeah.
And it's just wild. He would have gotten away with it if he had just like kept his ego in check.
Well, I guess he used what was his name that he used? He was going as Paolo Demetrio. That's actually the name of another Mafia guy, and that's how Interpol was alerted, because they were checking into that name.
Oh, really? And there was a ding on it?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, he was wanted to serve a life sentence for a double murder and accused of attempted murder. All part of a mafia war marked Italy early 1990s. I'm pretty sure I've seen this in some sort of like A&E most wanted missing.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure. What was I gonna say? That kind of reminds me of like Sister Act. where the cameras come because have you ever seen Sister Act?
I've seen parts of it when I was a kid. I've never watched the whole
Well, she's
thing,
trying
but
to hide. She's a singer that's hiding with a bunch of nuns in San Francisco, and so they make her responsible of the choir, which really really sucks. She makes the choir spectacularly much better, and that brings media attention. And then there's like a part where they're filming her and she's hiding behind babies. Like,
oh shit,
yeah, and then the
is she?
mob boss who's there is actually watching the TV, but every time they show her, he's like playing pool or completely distracted. And his wife's like, "Come and look, Vinny, come and look. Look at these wonderful nuns." But yeah, that was exactly what it reminded me of. That's fucking wild, man. I
What's the
mean,
second one about? Is there a mob undertone on that too?
what?
The second one,
Which one?
Sister Act 2. There's like a
Yeah, that's right. There was Sister Act too, and but this time she went back to high school. They kind of combined like the Dangerous Minds theme, like going to like a rough end school and get these kids back on the straight and narrow, but they're gonna do it
gotcha.
through singing.
Him nunning around.
So it's like a High School Musical, but for the
I guess
hood.
the third one's called Kicking the Habit. That's like the drug related one.
Oh, is there?
Solve a horrible.
I didn't know
I
that.
don't know.
I didn't know that there was a
It's like
third one.
a
I don't know
horrible
about
smack
that.
addiction. All the nuns are doing it.
They probably hard topics like teen pregnancy, drugs, all the things that really matter. But yeah, Mr. Italiano caught.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this episode of the After Service Podcast. I'd like to take a break to talk to you about the sponsor of the After Service Podcast, Esthete and Philistine, after service clothing for those who wear the kitchen on their sleeves. Founded by the idea that we are not one thing, Esthete, one having or affecting sensitivity to the beautiful, especially in art, and Philistine, a person who is guided by materialism and is usually disdainful of intellectual or artistic values, or one uninformed in a special area of knowledge. Esthete and Philistine is an acknowledgement of both the loftier and depraved sides of humanity, a nod to us all, recognizing that all humans are tragically and triumphantly both. Never praising or devaluing one another, we simply acknowledge, not judge, that we are all at once both aesthete and Philistine. Nowhere more apparent than in the professional kitchen. Check their merch out at aesphil.com. That's aesphil.com. Now back to our episode.
And it's funny when you said you were reading this article on AI. I was listening to this AI generated audio that someone had leaked. Like I was like when you sent me that leak or that you wanted to like do some talk about that, I was literally listening to Emma Watson, a like audio fake of her reading Mein Kampf.
What
It
the
was
fuck?
the wildest things. Like so,
What?
that book has never sounded so eloquent. Yeah,
That's pretty wild.
they have
Yeah,
one.
that's what I
They're
was gonna talk about too with that whole situation. Um, the like the AI generation and the AI art. It's kind of interesting because people are really upset about the art aspect of it, but it's like you talking about Emma Watson uh, reading Mein Kampf in an AI generated voice. It's like, what else can they do with that? Like I know there's probably some people out there making deep fakes of some celebrities doing whatever they want.
you know where this is all gonna end. Okay,
Yeah,
we're perfecting the deepfake audio and video so it can mesh for one specific thing, and that's it. That's the wall. I mean, I could see them using it for like political distractions.
sure.
You could just say that the
It
president's going to be somewhere, but he's really not. It's just a deep
right
fake.
now with some of it, it kind of gives you like uncanny valley vibe. Like it doesn't look quite right. Um, but that's not to say that they can't develop that further.
I mean, yes, the camera. I can see the potential. I know what you mean that it's still not quite there. The audio, however, is right there.
Yeah.
The audio, forget about it. Like, it is so good what they can do. Another audio that I was listening to besides Emma Watson was one. It's like a deep fake audio of Trump talking about how he used to party with Epstein and Clinton,
Oh
and
shit.
it's like they make him say the most like it sounds like a real audio leak of his
Like a
exploits.
telephone conversation or something like
It's
that.
so gross. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh, I can totally see them using him against anybody or anything, you know?
Right.
I mean, you
Uh,
can even do something as petty as go and frame someone, probably.
sure. Yeah.
Fraud. Wait
You
till
know
they
there's
have,
a
like, instant, like, the way they have translation. They'll
huh,
have
yeah.
instant audio translation to whoever you want. Just like,
Just plug it in and it does it for you.
mm-hmm.
You can just say whatever you
You'll
want.
never know the difference. You'll just type it in. It's like, I mean, they already got those filters where different voices can basically narrate whatever the video is going.
You know, all these kids will
POV, my parents waking me up. But it's
huh.
like that annoying robotic voice or a British voice.
All these kids will be getting out of school with AI generated voices of their
It's gonna
parents.
be it yeah, AI. I mean, it'd be kind of cool though because now you could create AI generated chefs. It can be something like the gorillas. You won't need actual like the face of a chef anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You go to full robots, close the kitchen, and then you just have some gorillas Metalocalypse style chef, and bam, you get a brand right there.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere,
Just
say anything, do anything.
just
He doesn't
headbanging
need to
all the
be
time.
anywhere. Gordon Ramsay hasn't been filmed for the last 20 years. It's actually a deep fake of him.
He's just living large on an island somewhere.
He's somewhere, yeah. He retired back in '05. They're just using previous footage of him
You know,
to
his
create
face
new
never
episodes.
changes, so
You
that
know what?
seems
I
pretty
did
spot
hear
on.
that they do want to do something like that with celebrities. Like typically, like celebrities tend to age out of their movies,
Mm-hmm.
but now they want to start using like CGI. Like I heard, the biggest one that I heard was Vin Diesel.
What for Fast and Furious and stuff?
I guess so. I guess for a certain, it's my understanding that some of his movies, it's not really him. It's like a CGI
They
and
did
a
that in
body
this
double.
movie called Gemini Man with Will Smith. He's like an aging assassin, and the premise is like I think they clone him, and his younger self, you know, and he has to fight against them, and it's like young Will Smith, like Fresh Prince of Bel Air days, and they CGI'd him with like you know whatever technology. It's a pretty cool movie. I liked it. It's a little kind of corny, you know, but it was good. I think in the beginning he shoots he shoots someone in like a bullet train as they're going by, and I was like, okay,
This is Will Smith with
yeah,
like an AI type of movie.
yeah, it's him. The AI generated his younger self to be the guy he's fighting against in the movie.
Sounds a lot like Looper.
That was the one where like
Not Mel Gibson. Not
Bruce
Mel Gibson.
Willis, right?
Bruce Willis. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
that
that's
one
like
was
his
kind of
future
cool.
self was going back. Like he gets like he's part of like the time mob or whatever, and
Yeah. They like send them back in time, and he just shoots them.
and you have to kill yourself eventually. You're not
And
supposed
then
to
yeah,
die.
I guess he was gonna shoot himself, but for some reason he didn't shoot immediately.
Hmm.
He's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like, but this guy, the younger Will Smith, is a clone that some dude made to kill the older guy and
Mm-hmm.
take his place as like their top assassin or whatever.
They're all yeah. I mean, they're all kind of sounding the same
Right?
at this
It's the
point.
same premise, right?
Because I mean, when you said Will Smith, I immediately thought about what's that one other movie, and it's with robots and AI,
Oh,
and he's just
I
absolute
Robot.
yeah,
That movie is intense, so I like that movie.
iRobot, yeah. Those kind of like I don't trust technology. It's a very boomer movie. Like I don't trust technology; they're gonna take over, and
He was definitely like a luddite. Like
I
I
listen to
can't stand
CDs.
I can't stand this technology stuff. He like hated all those robots.
I wear wired earplugs when I listen to music in a Walkman, and I have actual leather Converse. Yeah, what a fucking shitty ass. I was just watching that movie. I was just watching. I like to. I don't really watch movies, so I watch this channel called. Forgot what it's called, but it's basically. It's more or less. What is it called? Like Cliff Notes, but movies.
Sure. What
It
is
just
it?
tells
What's the
you the
channel?
plot, the key elements, and then that's it. And like for me, it leaves me satisfied. I don't really feel I need to
That's
sit
how
down.
you watch your movies. Is you just
That's
watch
how
the
I watch my movies.
Cliff Notes on YouTube?
10, 15 minutes, something recapped.
Oh man.
Yeah, mystery recapped. They're like 15-minute. The whole plot of the movie is right there.
I guess it's like speed reading, but you're just
Yeah,
speed
it's like
watching.
speed reading. I don't know, man. There's just I don't have the patience to sit down and watch something.
You don't watch movies with the kids and stuff.
I'll watch movies with the kids, but in my head, I'm spending time with my kids and watching movies as something we're doing
Mm.
versus me sitting down. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this movie. Like we watched the main character for not that '70s show again. I don't watch these movies. What's that one that used to be on where they were all like a bunch of Harvard nerds?
Like an older show.
No, like 2000s.
Freaks and Geeks.
No, it wasn't Felden. One of the I forgot. I forget what it is, but anyway, he's in this new like show on Netflix. It's called Home. Like I enjoyed that. I wouldn't watch it on my own, but my kids wanted to watch it.
Oh,
So we
gotcha.
got pumped in. And like I'll get pumped up for them. But I'm just not gonna sit I don't know, man. Like I'm not gonna like after this go and sit down and watch something.
Holmes is that the movie with the purple alien?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that movie. That was a good one.
Rihanna's in it.
Yeah, she plays the little girl,
And
right?
I didn't know Jennifer Lopez is in that movie.
Oh, she is.
She's the mom. So she gets like the least amount of lines.
Oh wow, I never. Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, like she barely has a line or like not enough. Like my wife automatically like, oh yeah, obviously it is, but I don't follow Jennifer Lopez like that.
Yeah, not really.
But yeah, Home was pretty good. I enjoyed that a lot. Other than that, no man, I'm on YouTube or on Reddit watching videos, short little videos.
I've been
It's
watching a
another
lot
reason
of
I
YouTube
can't do
videos,
like,
too.
yeah, it's another reason why I don't do like game nights.
Yeah,
I can't just sit there and watch you roll a dice and then read me a paragraph or your character. I'm not interested in that, dude. Like, I need to do something. I need to constantly be doing something with my hands.
you got that adult ADHD, man.
Maybe that's what it is. It could be. I mean, if I'm not like on YouTube or like on Reddit, then I'm probably like, I'm either playing like Fallout 76 if I just want to chill,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm playing Fortnite if I'm just trying to like think fast. That's it, really.
That's what I be playing the shooters and stuff. You know, when I want to like really get competitive with something, got to play the
Call
shooter.
of Duty's cool. I like Call of Duty, and for most of the most of the lockdown, I was trying to unlock all the camos. That was like my only goal.
I remember when we were working one time, you said something about camos too, and I was like, "What is he talking about?" But it's for the guns, right? On the Warzone and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so like when you unlock, say like all the camos for a gun, the gun is now gold. When you unlock um all the camos for one type of gun, like all the ARs, I believe it is it's chrome. And then after that you get platinum. But I was going for Damascus. Damascus was like you unlock everything. But the thing is with at least 2019 Modern Warfare is some of those challenges were just like you need to shoot down a plane while taking damage and stay under 25% health but not die. All right, that's oddly specific, man. Like
That's a lot of
Life is
criteria to me right there.
that's quite yeah. Like, why would you do that? Like, I listen. I don't mind when it says I don't mind when it says like, hey, you know what? You need 100 headshots. Done. I can focus on that. You need to peek through a corner and shoot. I can do that. But when you're asking me like for like specific things, like
Some
hit
bullshit, pretty much.
melee a character within 30 seconds of reloading. Like what? So you want me to, what? I don't, dude. Nah, I can't do that.
You gotta get up behind someone and shoot once and then knife them. Oh wait, no, you gotta
Yeah,
shoot once, reload, and then knife them.
uh, it is. But I would just play the same old two maps. One was just super small and perfect, just to get kills. Period. And then the other one was perfect because it had like this, you could see right down the middle, and so everyone would use it to snipe.
Oh, gotcha.
We'd all just be sniping each other, and we all knew those two maps. If you're on those two maps, and they now have like a lobby where it's 24/7, those two maps, we know what you're doing. It's understood you're there grinding for camos because there's no reason to be walking around with a fucking like RPG as your main weapon
Sure.
and just killing yourself within a small quarter room. Like, it makes no sense. But it's fine. But I enjoyed that a lot. It just got a little too intense. Fortnite, I feel it's a little more relaxed and it's less about the fighting. Like, you can actually do quests within the battle royale lobby, so you can go, get 100,000 points, getting your shield up, or go fishing. They'd have like fishing quests, and you can just do that till your character died. I can do that all day. That's
You
fine.
do that in the game, like during the battle royale game. You're
Yeah,
going
yeah.
fishing?
They have an entire page for your quests that you got to do.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and it can be kind of grindy. Like, I buy the battle royale, the battle pass, but to get it, it's not. I've played harder ones, but this one particular, it is really like, it's just grindy. Like, a lot of people didn't even finish the battle pass. This one is particularly easy. After we probably talk, I'm probably gonna go back and keep moving up levels. I'm like 50 levels away from getting everything. But that's what I enjoy doing as my pastime.
Did you hear about that new movie they're making? It's based off this story about this bear that found a bunch of cocaine in the woods and ate it all.
What?
Yeah.
A movie?
So they're making a movie about it now. It's cool. It's just called Cocaine Bear.
What? That's a what? It's just gonna be like a horror plot?
Yeah.
Just a simple little horror slasher movie?
People getting murdered by this coked out bear, pretty much.
There's a percentage of people. I was seeing this poll. I guess like 3 to 5% of the American population legitimately believe they can 1v1 a bear.
Dude, I can 1v1 a bear.
Bare hands.
Yeah, I could 1v1 a bear for sure.
Have you seen a bear look at its reflection and see what it... There's a video of a bear looking at its reflection. And no, dude, like, just the bear getting scared alone, like, ripped the fucking mirror off of the tree.
Oh,
like that tree.
A bear, huh?
Nah, yeah, dude. I know, dude. I'm either playing dead or I'm running for dear life.
I'm telling you, man. You gotta work the body.
Yeah, there's the black bear and there's the brown bear. One of them will leave you alone. One of them, like, you can yell and scream at them. The other one will just, like, doesn't care. It'll be like, oh, bet. Okay, yeah, I'll fuck you up. The only one that I just feel like, nah, I'm dead, would be like a polar bear.
Okay.
If I saw a polar bear and there's nowhere to go, that's it. That's my life right there. That's how it ended.
Significantly larger than like brown bears and stuff. Like grizzlies, polar bears are like 8 or 9 feet tall. Grizzlies are like 6 feet tall. It's crazy. Like the difference in size. Like, it's really intense how big a polar bear really is.
Yeah, I didn't think they were that big. In fact, I mean, sometimes I don't even see those Russian bears, and they look big. No, a polar bear is a whole different breed. That thing just looks like it's meant, like, it just wants to kill.
And they swim really good too. Like, get up underneath the ice and snatch seals off of them and eat them up, like they just like come up from out of the water and grab stuff, like whatever they're hunting.
It's like a damn land killer whale,
Yeah,
but on land.
sort of.
That'd be a good 1v1. A killer whale versus a fucking polar bear.
I could 1v1 both of those.
Easily.
Yeah, I think so. Well, maybe not the polar bear. I think the polar bear would eat my ass, but killer whale.
Once the bear gets that first swing and he misses you, that's most of his momentum.
Right. Then
he falls forward.
Then you choke
You just
him.
gotta get
Yeah,
really good in the
out.
jaw.
No, you gotta
choke him out. Once you choke him out, that's it. As long as you don't give up, you're stubborn, keep your hands locked, the bear's goner. He's gonna go to sleep, might shit himself.
He's gonna definitely shit himself.
He's gonna shit himself for sure. He's gonna Steven Seagal himself.
Steven Seagal shit himself.
Yeah, you never heard that story? So there's this it was like back in the late 80s, early 90s. Seagal was doing a movie, and in this movie there's I forgot what his name is, but he's like a legend in like MMA or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu type of thing. Yeah. And so Seagal, who's known for having a massive ego, was talking to him about how he developed a technique against being choked out, how it's just impossible to choke him out. And so the guy's like, bet, let's try it. He's like, okay, that's fine. Well, he ends up choking out Steven Seagal. And Steven Seagal, like, I guess his technique to not be choked out was to immediately start hitting the opponent in the nuts. Because that was Steven Seagal's immediate thing, was to start hitting him in the nuts. That didn't work. And he ended up passing out, and then he ended up shitting himself. Like, you could hear the fart released when he passed out, and then the awful... I mean, maybe it was just a really stinky gas, but I just don't think so, man. He pooped on himself. Steven Seagal does not like that to be brought up in interviews.
You know he claims that he's a CIA agent?
Yeah. He claims a lot of things, man. It's funny because I used to really enjoy watching his movies when I was a kid.
I thought he was pretty cool when I was a young boy. Like all those movies, like Above the Law, and there was a couple other ones where it just seemed like he was constantly running through rooms, whooping everybody's ass. I mean,
what was it? Under Siege.
Yeah.
To me, that's a classic. Under Siege 1 and 2, classic.
I'll tell you what, dude.
I mean, I really enjoyed both of them. Dark Territory was great. But no, he has like these newer ones where you can tell the man's just given up. Like, he's not holding the guns correctly. It's he's supposed to be dragging his friends away from safety, but you can see that it's like this chain is dragging. And Steven Seagal is like with one hand and then covering fire. It is just the most sloppy excuse for an action movie. That's where he's at now. Just making lowbrow, like, who watches that shit? I don't know. I mean, it's like straight to the $1 Walmart movie.
Right. I watched
it's just so bad.
This review of one of those movies, and there was like a scene where everybody was like standing, and he was sitting down in a chair, and they were remarking he probably was like, I need to fucking sit down. He's like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, okay, so there's another one where, again, he's an older man. He's a man in his 60s, and he's very overweight, and he wears like muumuus to cover the fact that he's really fat. So there was one where he has a neighbor who's a single mom, and I know that the movie's implying that they're gonna hook up, but you looking at it's like,
it's
dude,
possible,
no, that's your
right?
like that could be your daughter. Can't you be like a kind neighbor? Why does there have to be like sexual tension between you and a 24-year-old woman? It's just weird, you know. And it's not like he has the charisma to back it up. It's just weird. If it was like, if you gave me like a Leo, I know Leo is easy to pick on, but like if he was in the movie, I could buy it. I know he'd be able to sell me a charismatic older man, or even like a Brad Pitt.
In real time, he's be dating 24-year-olds all the time.
Exactly, that's more believable. But Steven Seagal is here. But anyway, and finally, when they get into their erotic scene, it's less erotic and it's more him literally like just sitting down on a chair and her doing stuff around him, like implying stuff. Like my man can't even do anything; he just sits there now.
Have you
That's Steven Seagal's
have you
legacy.
seen Sopranos? So
No,
it's a great show. I love that show, but there's just like the amount of like breathing you can hear when Tony's like going upstairs or like he's like getting in the car or something like that, and then like all the gabagool. He's just got his mic somewhere around here, and he's like always eating, and it's like. You're like, Jesus Christ, like this guy
hey,
needs some help,
that's
man.
that's method acting at its
Yeah,
finest.
well, he did that.
You know, that's all
The
planned.
guy did die from a heart attack too, though.
Really? Did
Oh
he
yeah,
really? I knew he died. I didn't know. I remember seeing him in The Last Castle.
I don't think I've seen that one, but I've seen this movie called I think it was called The Matador or something like that. Um, that he was in. He was like a
With Gandolfini, right? Something
yeah,
Gandolfini?
James Gandolfini.
No, Last Castle was Robert Redford. Robert Redford goes to prison, but Gandolfini's running a. It's almost like Shawshank Redemption, but less rapey.
What is it called?
Um, he
The
just
Castle. You said
The
The
Last
Last
Castle.
Castle. Yeah, because I do like him. He's a great actor. I might check it out. Was that Mark Ruffalo in it too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is the reluctant soldier. I'm not a soldier anymore. I'm a prisoner. Actually, he's a bookie.
He's a bookie.
Yeah, he's a bookie in there. He bets on
Oh,
everything.
gotcha. Yeah, man. The AI is kind of tends to be interesting for movies in general. Um,
Yeah, but then it's like, now think about it. Now it's gonna be like Brad Pitt will never retire. Just as an
well, I'm
example.
sure. I think the actors will still retire, but like if
Or like, have you seen the Irishman?
yeah, yeah, that was a little
Like, to me, that was the best example of like AI
sure
generated.
letting like because they were playing their younger selves and all that.
Their younger selves, and I mean, even it wasn't like 1,000% convincing. Again, the uncanny valley, but it's like it's just so close. It is just so there. I'm giving it like another under 10
Yeah,
years.
for sure. It'd be nice too
Like, it is
if
just
like an
so good.
actor like dies filming. Like Heath Ledger died filming. I can't remember the name of the movie offhand, but there's like the beginning of the movie is him, and then because I guess he was friends with Colin Farrell and Johnny Depp, the middle part is like Colin Farrell, and then the ending is Johnny
That's
Depp.
right. Wasn't that like a comedy or a kids
I'm not.
show? A kids
I can't
movie?
remember exactly. I thought it was kind of like a darker movie.
The Imaginarium of Dr.
Yeah,
Parnassus. It just sounds like a kids movie. It sounds like some the never ending story type of thing.
that's fair actually.
But I mean, now they could probably do Dark Knight too. It's like, what happens to the Joker after Batman catches him? They could totally do that.
I guess Jude
I
Law
mean, it'd be
too.
worth it. It'd be worth it just to like not give Jared Leto another Joker movie role.
No,
I just don't.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
I don't like any of his acting. I think Jared Leto is playing himself in Suicide Squad, but with makeup.
He's playing what he thinks he looks like. Like he thinks
That's what.
that's
Yeah,
who he is as a person.
that's how he visualizes himself. Like, yeah, I'm so cool.
Right? No, he's not though at all.
He even gets ripped on. My kids watch Teen Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Teen Titans Go? Yeah, there's one where they just rip on him the whole time.
That character, like, or literally on Jared Leto.
Jared Leto's Joker, because there's a I forget the plot, but Robin, the character Robin has to do his best impression of the Joker, and so he starts like copying, like his face becomes like Jack Nicholson's Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, and it's really good. Mark Hamill's Joker, but then like I forgot why he ends up doing Jared Leto's, and everyone just like, ew, gross, stop it, that's disgusting. I mean, they just rip on it. It's like like zero effort of zero effort. Looked like something it'd be that Joker. And James Franco, I only give him a pass because I enjoyed Pineapple
I
Express.
actually just watched that movie the other day.
For the first time, or
No,
for
like
in a while?
I
In a
I
while,
had a
yeah.
friend over and he was like talking about it. He just like mentioned it offhand, and I was like, I kind of want to watch Pineapple Express right now.
I only do it if I have like copious amount of stuff. Then
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's a Pineapple Express.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretty
God,
stunned, so I was like, I'm
just
ready to watch Pineapple Express for like the 15th time.
you white wall that shit, and then like you go get like Domino's pizza or Pizza Hut. I like Pizza Hut's crust. Like I don't know what it is. It's like greasy or oily. It's like golden.
Dude, my new kitchen now, it's like so big. I actually like to cook in it again. It's kind of fun. I was doing like
Oh really?
pan fried pork cutlets today.
Mm.
Good.
It's nice when when you have a bigger kitchen. I've noticed that like there's a correlation between the size of the kitchen I live in and how much cooking I actually do. And the smaller it is, the less
More
effort I'm
prep
willing to
space.
put.
It's like so nice to have an area where I can put my cutting board, and it's not literally
Yeah,
touching
you know
my
what?
sink.
Yeah,
You know.
I completely agree. Because having a prep space and a cooking space, and not having it be the same place is
Mm-hmm.
really good. Because that always annoyed me. I have to clean up my prep, and then I have to
Pretty
start
much,
cooking.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, today, I mean, now I have this entire area. I will just prep, and then I will just go ahead and scoot over, and there's my cooking area. Yeah, I like that. I'm more prone, like, I don't even complain about cooking. I'll gladly cook whatever, man.
And like it's giving me inspiration. You know. Like now, I want to go in there and get ingredients at the grocery store and make something nice for dinner. You know.
I really want to do, like, birria tacos.
Like with
Birria.
goat or with beef?
Probably with beef, because I'd want other people to try it. Goat would be cool. If I could find goat, yeah, I'd do goat. But, once you tell people that something's not a chicken or a beef or pork, they get weird about it. Well, I don't know. It's kind of gamey. It's a little It's like, dude, shut the... What are you talking about?
I'm
Just
not
eat
gonna
it.
taste any of that game, anyways.
Like, it's
With
not
all
that
the
big of a difference.
spices
Like,
that are
how...
in that.
Yeah, I know some people that are very picky. It's like, I don't eat lamb. I'm like, it's just... I don't know, man. It's just meat, man. Like, I'm not
For
that picky.
me, anyways.
Like, you don't eat rabbit?
I haven't had rabbit yet, but we were thinking about doing a special with like roasted rabbits, because I guess that's like popular in Greece and stuff.
There's a African dish called bunny chow.
Oh yeah,
and I want to I want to make that so bad. I don't know if it has actual bunnies in it, but it's basically like This is completely wrong, but it looks like, think of like a beef stew, but it's shredded meat inside a fat, like, think of like an Xbox Series X. You know how it's a big tower. But imagine that's a loaf of bread, and you hollow out the inside, and then you just put that stew stuff inside, and then you just grab bits and pieces of the bread, and the meat and everything just falls off, and you just grab as you eat.
Nice. That sounds
It looks so fucking good. Yeah, here, I'll send you this picture.
Oh, I looked it up right now. It looks fucking delicious.
Yeah, you're looking. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like if you were to combine like a clam chowder bread bowl with stew.
Nice.
I might just have to do that now. Now I'm kind of hungry. I might have a hot dog after. It's not the same, but I'll make a fucking hot dog.
Glizzy's in, right?
But a lot of these, but yeah, no, I enjoy cooking a lot. One that I haven't adopted, and I'm going to be using it tomorrow, is like the crock pot. It is, only by watching my wife have I been sold on it.
I after we talked about crock pot recipes the other day, I went and made a bunch of beef stew in the Instapot.
Yeah, you see, like tomorrow we're gonna make chili,
Yeah,
and that's I'm gonna eat. Oh man, that's gonna be my weekend. Like, what did I do this
you
weekend?
could
Is
do
just
your
eat chili.
birria in the crock pot too. You know.
That's exactly what I want to do it too. Like everything can be done in the crock pot. It's really cool. It just it's hard to rummage through all the garbage though that you see online.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's always like an ingredient like shredded cheese. Oh, everyone's favorite ingredient for crock pot recipes is cream cheese. Like it is the number one. It's like, and we had cream cheese, oh, and some milk, and it's like
It's a,
not everything has to be like Italian sauce. It's no, dude. Like a burrito taco, dude. That sounds bomb. Um, bunny chow. Yeah, I could go to Walmart, just get a little loaves, and just stuff it.
you just
That sounds
do
so good.
vegetable like soups and stuff in there too. Just throw a bunch of
I
vegetables
u-
in there.
I used to do stock for like for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I would debone. I debone the turkey. I break down the turkey because I really didn't. I don't really like eating like baking an entire turkey. I like to just debone it. That way you can just grab a whole leg to yourself, wing, thighs, and all that.
Oh, so you just cook the turkey like parted up, basically.
That's it. Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about anything cooking off or parts aren't cooked all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's cooked properly. And for me, I will never do it any other way. It just saves so much time. But no, I'd use like some of the bones and the innards and stuff like that for the stock, and I just do it inside the crock pot, and it was the best thing ever. It saved me so much time. Oh my god, yeah, no crock pot. It to me a crock pot is up there with like an air fryer. It doesn't seem like it's something you would use, but once you do, it's like yeah, you don't really have to cook anything on the stove if you don't want to, or the oven.
Right, or if you want to heat something up real quick,
It's
or
more
make it
compartmentalized.
super
Yeah.
easy on yourself, you just throw it in one
I
of them.
mean, sometimes me and my son will dehydrate fruit skins because he wants to try them as teas. So we'll just dehydrate them.
You have a dehydrator too?
Yeah. I mean the air fryer we have, it has the option to dehydrate.
I gotta go look at mine now and see if I can fucking dehydrate stuff.
Most
That
of
would
them
be
are good.
cool.
Most of them work, man. I mean, like the one that we had at the Bird, remember for the Octo?
Mm-hmm.
That's one too. I mean, it makes a great pressure cooker, but I don't know if mine does pressure cooking. I don't think so, but mine does dehydrate, air fry, bake. It does so much, and now they have so many
Nice.
accessories. You can they have silicone separators, so you'll have like your big bowl, and you can just like cook different things.
Oh, like it suspends them so that they all have
Yeah, so you can
airflow
have
and
your
stuff.
meats on one, your veggies on the other, your rice, and everything just cooks. It's really good. I enjoy it a lot, especially like if my kids are having like chicken nuggets or wings. It's a great way to reheat food as
Yeah,
well.
for sure.
So like I'll go and like I love wings. I like the spicier the better. Like we've talked about, maybe even doing like a hot ones type of thing here. Like I
Mm-hmm.
fucking love hot shit. I don't know what it is. It's like if I know I'm gonna get messed up on it, I'm there.
I have a love hate relationship with it. I love spice, but like there's a certain point where I can't do it anymore.
No, for sure. No, I don't like the spice where it's like I call it vulgar, where it's just hot for the sake of being hot.
Mm-hmm.
But when you can do like a good spice that has like
Flavor.
flavor, and you're going on a trip, you can almost taste the components as you get spicier and spicier. That's the best.
Like wings, like when you eat them and they get spicy, and then the heat of the wing is actually hurting on the spice on your tongue. You know what I'm saying? Like that level of heat is perfect for me. But going beyond that, like I don't want to be coughing.
And then
You
at the
know?
end of it, you're like, "Is that clove?" It's like,
Yeah.
"It is." The little end. Yeah, like you see, I like that kind of stuff where I get like a surprise at the end, or I'm trying, I might go citrusy, and then it goes acid, and oh yeah, I love that shit.
So I love habaneros. Like they give you a lot of heat, and you can mix them with almost anything for
Yeah,
heat. You know.
some of the other stuff I just think is just spicy, just to say it's the hottest thing. It's not that big of a
Mm-hmm.
deal.
I've been using Mandarin paste at work a lot, so I want to try to bring some home and see what I can make
Mandarin
with it.
paste.
Yeah, Mandarin paste. We were adding it to Carolina barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice. It gives it a nice little like fruity flavor, the tang, a little sweetness. But like, I want to use it in some marinades for like some ribs or something like that. That'd be fucking bomb.
I could see that. Some nice short ribs.
Like add like a bunch of Cajun spice, like
What
some.
does it taste like on its own? I've never even heard of this.
I haven't tried it on its own yet. I just pop it in on the Carolina, but it's yeah. I think it's just like Mandarin that they dehydrate and then ground up into a paste
Like
essentially.
Mandarin orange.
Yeah, like little Mandarin oranges.
I immediately think of like gochujang, but Mandarin.
Pretty much, but it's not fermented or anything.
It's just like an orange paste
Essentially, yeah.
on rib. That could be like the rib recipe from the bird, dude. And then with your mustard seeds.
Oh yeah, with the pickled mustard seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty good actually. I like those little mustard seeds. A lot of flavor in those little fuckers.
I love mustard. Mustard's one of my favorite condiments. Or like, yeah, mustard seeds. Forget about it. Yeah, you should do that, and you should try it. Like, I think that would be a really good idea. Or with pork, Mandarin paste
Yeah,
with pork, that would go really well.
I've also been wanting to try. There's this thing that you could do where you reduce like a really nice craft root beer down into like a glaze, and you do your ribs with that, and it just, like really brings out like all the spices that are in the root beer. A lot of like the
I've seen
sarsaparilla
that.
root and stuff like that.
I've seen that with like when people make burrito tacos. They'll add
Oh
like
yeah.
beer to reduce it. Yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea. Like especially for like a steak to use that. It makes me think of like when people reduce balsamic vinegar.
Hmm.
Like it's very good reduce. And so now I'm thinking like, yeah, you're right. I'd probably like thin it out with a little beer, like a nice stout.
Well, it was we were doing what the I saw in the recipe was like a really nice root beer, and then you do like a glaze at the end and crisp them up with that.
Oh, that sounds so good.
So they're like sweet, but they have like the savoriness of like the spices that they made this root beer with.
I think beer is a good ingredient. I haven't had like enough food where it feels justified. Like sometimes I feel people like adding beer to things for the sake of adding beer to things.
It's good in chili. If you're gonna make a chili, add like a stout to
Exactly. And
chili.
now like I can only count maybe like 2 or 3 times someone has added beer to food and I can taste it. It's like, oh, okay, this wouldn't be the same without the
Hmm.
beer. Most of the stuff I've tried before, those 3 experiences has just been like, I think you're just adding beer just to say you're adding beer.
For
I
sure.
don't I don't really taste any difference.
Yeah, I think when people are using like alcohol to cook, you'll notice like all like professional cooks they use a lot when they pour it in. They're like they know that they're gonna really want to use that flavor. But then you like read a recipe and it's like add a half cup of beer to this giant vat of chili or whatever. Like you're not gonna taste that.
I also think it depends on the type. Like if you're gonna go like it wouldn't work if you were using like a Budweiser. At least
Right.
for me, I would not go any lighter than an IPA because I'm thinking I'm gonna use a lot. I want it to reduce. I want that flavor to really pop the hops to it be incorporated into whatever I'm cooking with.
Hmm. Porters are nice too, and like
Porter is
stouts.
another fantastic one. Yeah, porters for me. Porters or stouts. If I'm gonna cook with beer, I mean, I guess if you're doing like a nice light, like a shrimp dip recipe, maybe use like a light beer, like a Tecate.
I mean, like, but why? Like it just
That's what
seems
I'm saying. Like,
unnecessary.
see, that's an example of like, why did you have to do that? It's not necessary. I mean, maybe if you do shock top and you want a more citrusy taste,
That's
Or
fair.
like with your Mandarin sauce, the Mandarin paste with a little shock top.
A Mandarin and Blue Moon wheat beer marinade
I can see that, man.
with
Now,
some
see,
mustard
now you're
seeds in
talking.
it, and do like an overnight marinade.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
See, now there we go. See, that's an idea. That's an idea worth exploring now. But you see, that makes way more sense than like, oh, I'm just gonna add Tecate just because. I'm usually weary anytime it says add your favorite beer. Just tells me you didn't
Yeah.
put much thought into it. Any beer, really? I'm gonna add a stout to it and see how good it tastes.
I add an old English.
Sam Adams. I'll have a Samuel Jackson.
Fucking Steel Reserve or something. Mickey's.
Oh, Steel Reserve, man. I remember the first time I got Steel Reserve. It's just so intense in flavor. I mean, I wouldn't even call it
Yeah.
flavor. It's just.
No, it's just malt liquor, man. It's not flavor.
I
It's
just knew that
pure.
malt liquor tasted gross. So for the longest time, I think for the first 2 years of me drinking, it was a lot of Old English.
Yeah.
I have
I
endless
used
weekends with Old English.
It was always drinking the malted like fruit drinks like juice or Four Loco for me when I first started drinking.
Ooh.
That was like my go-to.
There was an orange energy drink that was with alcohol. That was actually the first one. I forgot what it's called. Crave. I don't know what it is, but it was orange. It almost looked like a Duracell battery because the orange was at the
Oh,
top,
gotcha.
and then it was just like your aluminum color. And then after that, my friend got um, what is it called? Guinness, but I didn't really like that.
Mm.
I don't know. It took me a while before I found like a beer that I enjoyed. I enjoy most things that come from Beer Republic.
I like Bear Republic.
Like I just
I
think,
like also New Belgium Brewing Co. I like them a lot too.
yeah, over time I've learned like my favorite. Like if I'm just gonna be drinking all day, then I go for Estelle Artois.
The like the Voodoo Rangers and stuff like that.
Voodoo Rangers,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, they made a new one that is fruit punch beer. It's like a fruit punch brewed or a beer brewed with sorry, beer added with fruit punch together. And I bought one last night to try it out for the first time. Kind of didn't think I'd like it, and it's literally just juice, but it's like 9%. I was like, these are dangerous, man. I can't be drinking juice
Nine
soda.
percent
That's
alcohol,
fucked up.
yeah. That's like perfect when you want to go to the river. Start drinking
Yeah,
like 9 a.m. That's what that's for. You
yeah.
know
Fucking pass out on the beach and get your sunburn on.
exactly. And then Lagunitas has also the collaboration with the local bud tenders. I forget what's the one. What's the main one?
Oh, you talking about Hop Tonic
Yeah,
or whatever? It's got
I forget what local. No, I forget who they're collaborating with. Like whose weed that is.
probably like organic can or
Yeah, I think organic can. I think that's the one I couldn't remember the name of because that's where I would always see it there.
oh yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what's an appropriate daily dose for me. I think 100 pushes it a lot because I do end up getting like that hour, 2 hour like intense paranoia. So I'll just put on like an audiobook or a podcast and I'm good.
You know, when I eat edibles, I'll eat like 15 to 30.
So now I'm thinking maybe 50 because I'm trying to find something that'll help me go through most of the day, keep my anxiety down.
I do like 15 in the day, and then or in the beginning, and then 15 later on in the day or whatever to keep you there.
15?
That's what I was doing, but I guess edibles and me just do not get along.
I guess it just depends. Yeah, I mean, like I got this little chocolate bar, and each full square is 100.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm thinking I'm just gonna do half, and that should basically not get me into that upper echelon of like I'm so baked that I'm paranoid. I really like
Mm.
for like 15 minutes I'm cooking breakfast. Everything's going fine. And I hear the dogs barking, and I'm so convinced someone's like I'm going to get swatted for no reason whatsoever. I'm like, there's no reason why they would come and swat me. And so I'm just out there like peeking out the window, like, and then I realize I'm like, 100 to 130 really makes me paranoid.
You're doing the window check.
I'm doing the window
Yeah,
check.
you're
But I didn't
that's
feel
too
guilty
much.
afterwards. I didn't feel like, oh, you know what, maybe I took too much. I just felt like, you know what, no, it is what it is.
That's fucking
And I went back the
funny.
next day and did another 130. I'm like, that's fine.
I was cracking up when you sent that to me, and then the next day you're like, "I'm doing another 130." I was like, "Man, this guy's on a mission right now."
I'm trying to figure out, like, there has
Like,
to be a good amount for me. So now I'm thinking
what are
50.
you gonna do all day?
I'll try 50.
50 bucks.
I mean, I get stuff done. It's just it takes it. It's a test in like how self-sufficient you are. Like, are you really a self-starter? Have an edible and then tell me if you're a self-starter.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be high for like an hour and a half, then I'm gonna go to bed. I'll have to at that point because I'm just like spinning at
Yeah,
130.
man. Now I want to finish that other piece of chocolate, that other 50. Because I mean, that's the best way, really, to go to bed. It's like to go down a roller coaster. You just lay down and let your dreams take you. That's the best. I don't
You'll
like
get
like the weed hangover. I guess that's the only way I would call it. I'm not a fan of that.
you get like groggy in the morning. Or
Yeah,
something?
like if I had a very intense evening, then yeah, I will get groggy.
I usually feel fine. Um, But I tend not to smoke like in the mornings now because I notice that if I smoke like right when I wake up or before I go to work or something like that, I feel sluggish, you know?
Yes, yeah, I like to. I don't know. I really like to feel like sharp
Yeah,
when I'm doing
exactly.
things, and so even just a small hit, it'll just throw me off. So usually, what I'll do is like once I drop off the kids, I'll either hit the vape or maybe before I drop off the kids, I'll take the edible, and then that way, from say 8 to 10, I can just chill, not do anything, and then I'll start doing whatever I need to do for the day. It kind of catapults me into this more like, oh, I feel very active now. I want to go do stuff.
Have you tried out that restaurant you were talking about or whatever? You had mentioned you wanted to go try out a restaurant.
No, 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 no. I haven't had time to. Just because since I'm the one that mainly takes care of the kids, I have to do all the meetings, all everything, the homework, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I will. I mean, I will eventually get there. But for now, I'm just enjoying myself, hanging out with the fam.
Yeah.
But if I do, I'm probably gonna do like a small, like part-time gig. It's like the first time. This is like the first time where it's like I'm picking work based on like where do I want to spend the next 8 hours. Before I would look at what is a kitchen I want to be associated with, or what is a kitchen that has a certain thing that I'm trying to learn or get. But this time around, I'm kind of just like, what looks like fun? And
What's a good work environment?
yeah, what's
You
a good
know.
work environment? What's chill? What's fun? Like, I kind of wish I would have taken like the position like Mo was offering me when I first left the Sarks. Just because like at the time I was still very much like I need like a go 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 type of kitchen. But
Mm-hmm.
now I'm looking back, I'm like, no, that sounds like pro. Can you imagine just like 7, 8 hours with Mo, just chilling in the back, doing some prep work, maybe busting out a few simple burgers, fish and chips, nothing crazy. That sounds like a good shift to me. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Right.
Hell yeah. So that's kind of where I'm going at. I'm looking for like a good, fun kitchen. And I mean, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find a lot of like the kind of Sonoma County kitchens, like the way we've talked
Right.
about.
More
It's
mom and pop, I feel like.
I feel like that's gonna be it, and a lot of them are really good. There was one that just simply the schedule wasn't gonna work out, but I really wanted to. It was like um, it was a butcher's, but it was
Oh,
like
that'd be
this mom
cool.
and pop butchers that have just been there like forever, and I just You see the picture, you see the building. It is like exactly what you picture when you see a butcher's. You know, you can
Mm-hmm.
window shop the meat things. Everything's hanging, dehydrated. It sounds like everything, and it's something that I would love to learn how to like break down animals, or like, hey, we need 20 New York steaks for North. That sounds like fun. That's where I'm at. I just want to get into a kitchen where I can have fun, have a good environment, and not have to think about when I clock out. You
Yeah.
know, but yeah, that's where I'm at.